One of the most popular questions I get from everybody is, how did you know you were a medium? Did you have this your whole life? And the answer is, no, I haven't always known. Nothing that would ever indicate to me, hey, guess what you're going to do for a living? In fact, I was in the software world for so long, so very left brain stuff. I never, ever, ever would have thought I would wind up in a very right brained job. So this is how it happened. I was driving down one of the major highways here in Ohio, and I was on my way home. And as I'm driving, somebody hops in to my passenger seat. And I'm like, what is happening? Now I could see through this person. So I knew that they were not physical like me, but I didn't understand what was happening. And I was scared. And all of a sudden I started hearing things inside my head. And we were having a conversation. I was speaking out loud, but he was talking in my head. And I'm like, who are you? And he starts talking to me in this Italian accent. And he starts talking to me about, I need my girls, my girls, my girls. I'm like, okay, do I know your girls? And he shows me a picture of a 3-leaf clover. And I'm like, left brain going, don't you mean a 4-leaf clover? Because those are so much luckier. And he got mad at me. No, no, no. Three. So he showed me the 3 leaves. Okay, fine, whatever. I hear the word St. Patrick. I'm like, okay. And then he starts talking to me about he wants his girls to know that he loves them. And as I'm talking to him, I can feel this like severe burning sensation all the way down my right arm. It was extremely painful. And in that moment, I thought, oh my God, women can feel heart attacks on the right hand side of their body, and I'm dying. And that is why this man is in my passenger seat and talking to me. So if I'm dying, why aren't you giving me good information? Why are you talking to me about your kids? And I start panicking, like literally panicking, but I can still hear him. I get totally freaked out, and I'm going to call my best friend. Don't call 911 or anything because, I think I'm having a heart attack. Call your best friend. That's what I do. She answers the phone. She hears me crying, fully in a panic, and she goes, what's the matter? And I tell her, I'm like, listen, there's this man in my car. And so she was completely level headed, full common sense about this. Now, what I didn't realize at the time was that she already understood all this metaphysical stuff. And she had just been spoon feeding me little things like Reiki and aromatherapy because we were taking these classes together. So I get home and I get parked, and she goes, okay, fine. You're safe. You're parked. Now tell me what's happening. So I talk to her about the man who's in my car. I describe him to a T. I talk to her about his Italian accent, and I tell her all the things that he's giving me. And she asked me a couple more questions, and I asked the man and I answered them, and she starts crying. I said to her, I'm like, wait a minute, this is my emergency. Why are you crying? And she said, Shelly, that's my dad. Pardon me? Now, her dad had passed away before I met her, so I never got a chance to meet him, never heard his voice. I just knew how sad she was because she was so close to her father that when she passed away, she didn't really like to talk about it. So Trisha says to me, she goes, all right, give me all that information again. So I told it to her, and she validated everything. The St. Patrick was the fact that they were Catholic, and her name was Patricia, and she was named after St. Patrick in the Catholic religion. Shocking. He had 3 girls. 3 daughters. She was the middle. And he never referred to them as his daughters. He only ever referred to them as my girls, my girls. That's why it was important that I said my girls. This is exactly how mediumship work. It's a small, intricate little details that are important, not so much the big things, but the small things that only they would know. I was able to prove the continuity of life in that one conversation for her, that she gave me one sentence that changed my life irrevocably forever. She said to me, Shelly, you're a medium. I was completely taken aback because in that moment it was like, I'm not special. There's no way, not happening. And I said to her, no, I'm not. I said, I got this information. I gave it to you. We're done. That's never going to happen again. I was shocked, absolutely shocked. I didn't know what to think, didn't know what to say. When she and I got off the phone, I sat because I was already starting to talk to Spirit, like learning about spirit guides, pulling oracle cards. And Spirit goes, listen, we ain't got time for this fool to be spoon fed anymore. Boom, let's just drop the Spirit in her front seat. And so I sat there after we got off the phone, and I had my sunroof open. I looked up and I said, all right, Spirit, here's your deal. I do not want to be a medium. This is not my jam. We see who won that battle. I acquiesced because it was all ego driven. Ego driven for who am I? And Spirit said, why not you? Oh, I didn't really have an answer for that. What do you mean, why not me? And so I slowly but surely stepped in fully into my path as a medium. So if you are open to connecting with spirit, let's talk. I teach mediumship and I love teaching mediumship. I also have mediumship development circles. Most people who take my classes have no desire to be a medium. They just want to talk to their spirit guides. They just want to talk to their own loved ones. Doing this work doesn't mean that you have to do it for someone else. It just means that you want to learn how to do it for you so you can talk to your own team. And I would love to be able to help you with that. So follow me here on YouTube for more. You made a huge difference in my day.